look around the AFC, and
Right.
there aren't any teams that are like juggernaut dominant that they should be afraid of. And they're not squeaking by these
Yeah,
games.
no.
Like, we've seen good teams struggle and lose to some bad teams. The Patriots aren't doing that. They're pounding these teams that they're much better than.
Am I remembering right? You were at the game in Buffalo, right? Did you have that game?
I did
No,
not.
okay.
No, they don't send me to Buffalo till December.
That's right. You're going there this week
Yeah.
for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But that said, the Patriots did beat them, right? And that was before we started questioning the Bills. And the Bills are still going to be heard from before it's all said and done. But in that game on the road, and there were obviously a lot of consequence to winning that game, the team that's owned the division, the Patriots are for real.
They show up prepared to play. Somebody's got to come in our building and beat us. That's going to be tough for them. Yeah, there's nothing not to like right now. They have the quarterback, they have the coach, they have the best record, playing great.
And how crazy was it to watch that game last night? The Giants picked third in the draft. The Patriots picked fourth in the draft this past year.
Yeah,
We're watching how fast they've gotten better. And you mentioned Vrabel's name. A lot of it has to do, yes, they've spent the most money in free agency in NFL history. And then the belief that he has surrounded this team with, that when they go into a game, no matter who they're playing, whether it's a weaker opponent or a game on the road against Buffalo, they truly believe the things they've executed throughout the course of the week, they're going to come out victorious in that game.
Boy, is that an excellent point, by the way, that they picked third and fourth. And look, and by the way, the guy they picked fourth didn't even play last night. He's on IR. That's the offensive tackle, Will Campbell. Give me one betting point because I want to get to Dart.
Patriots to win the 1 seed is -110. It's a great price considering what you're seeing the rest of the way out. Still have the Jets, still have the Dolphins. Those should be 2 games you win. You get a bye coming up this week. Denver's your only real threat from my perspective, and look at what you're facing. You've got the Raiders, but then it's a Packers team, Jaguars team, Chiefs team, and Chargers team, all of which could be or are playoff teams.
Yeah.
One note to the point on the Patriots and whether or not they make a run through the AFC. Doesn't matter how those two have looked this year. That shuts everyone up, and that builds the confidence to win the AFC. Stumble, and all of a sudden we have big questions heading into the postseason.
So the New England side is fairly simple coming out of last night. The Giants side, not nearly so simple. A, they're terrible. But we knew that. B, the quarterback, we wondered if he would spend 2 weeks sort of getting the message. He most certainly did not, based upon his play and then based upon these comments after the game.
This is football. Like, I'm going to get hit if I'm in the pocket or outside the pocket. Like, I feel like I've played this way my whole change how I play the game.
Jeff, go.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And this is not because I don't think he's a tough guy or he wants to play football. Here's the thing. You played in college where you may have played 2 good defenses in an entire season. That's just the reality of the difference in college. The difference between college and pros is the defensive side of football. And when those defensive linemen that are 330 can run a 4.6 and they're running down here and they're hitting you on the sideline, you're not going to keep getting up, bro. I don't care how tough you are. Like, your body can only take so much physical damage. And you are the franchise. They are literally building an entire organization around you being available. And they expect you to be able to play week in and week out. You can't play football banged up, hurt neck, hurt shoulder, hurt whatever. Even if you can fight through concussion, whatever it is, what you're doing is bad for your football team. And it's not if it's the playoffs, we're at the AFC Championship game and it's a must-have, I totally get it. It's 2nd and 13, bro. You're 2 and whatever. No one's going anywhere. Continue to get.
He got hit after, 11 or 12.
Right.
Step out at 10, you got 3rd and 3, and you can make that. And no one on your team is going to say, oh, our quarterback is soft because he didn't stay in bounds and take that hit. That's not going to happen.
The funny thing, the linebacker on the play, Christian Ellis, said as he's running over there, he says to himself, oh, he's going to step out of bounds.
Right.
And then he goes, oh, damn, he's tiptoeing down the sideline.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He is.
In Foxborough, you had the Patriots, you had the Giants, you had teams going in completely opposite directions, and that would continue. Why do we think a Jaxson Dart's fit? He's dressed smartly right there. Yes. And perhaps he needs to start playing that way. Here we go. First quarter. Jeff, what are we doing here? Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just taking hits all the time. After all of the conversations that took place in his absence, it continues to happen. So now they are forced to punt, and here comes the ensuing punt, and we've got Marcus Jones, and we've got ourselves an opening. As long as you keep the Gunners off the punt return to give him some time to see some space, then he gets into that space. Only man that can get him is the punter, and that ain't going to happen. He might go all the way, and he does 94 yards, 10-0 Patriots. So this game's coming at you pretty quick. This is the ensuing Giant possession. Avert your eyes if you're squeamish. Jaxson Dart J-Mac up the sideline. Second down. Nice decision. Nowhere to go with the ball. Takes off. Just step out of bounds. You got third down to pick up the first. You don't want your quarterback taking these type of hits, especially when he's coming off. That almost is a pancake. This will be the most misinterpreted play of the entire NFL season. We'll explain as we continue. Dart was okay, but the Giants are forced to punt on fourth down. We are still in the first quarter here. Graciano busy night. Touchdown pass to Boutique. Yeah, Drake May just locked in. He's not worried about taking hits on the sideline. Complete long touchdown pass. 17, plenty of time left here. Green Pats after 1. Yes. Plenty of time. Actually, the Giants do work their way back into it. This is Darius Slayton. They are not going to get him. Giants cut it to 177. They look, we got ourselves a ball game. Neat. Now they make a stop. They get the ball back. One score game, baby. What could go wrong? One score game. Young who? What? I do what this? Impossible to explain what just happened. Jamie Gillen is the holder. He winds up taking a 13 yards loss. I mean, in Koo's defense, it felt like the hole wasn't completely clean, but every time I've heard coaches coach that, you just swing through no matter what. You kick it, not the ground. He caught that one a little fat. It was a good effort out of defense. Took a lot of turf there. And then it's Drake v. It's Kyle Williams. Drops that in the bucket. A Patriots just cook. This wasn't even game in the second half last night. May 24th of 31, 282, and 2 touchdowns. Mike Brabble and Drake May and company look ridiculously good. They now have their bye, by the way. So, they go into that with the NFL's best record at 11-2. Our analytics give them a 46% chance to be the 1 seed in the East. And by the 1 seed in the AFC, and they can wrap up the East in their next game, which is in 2 weeks at home against Buffalo. Remember, they beat the Bills on the road. So, there's a lot to unpack from that game. Let's start with the New England side of it, which is fairly simple. What do we think of them? They love some football. They love some football in New England. Them boys were laying hat on people. They were fired up to play. And they all got like a little bit of crazy, which is just like their head coach, Frabel. And I played against him. They play exactly like him. Everybody's going to play to the echo of the whistle. They want to set the tone. Offense, defense, special teams. All 3 phases are well coached. You had to be extremely excited if you're a Patriots fan Monday night. Everybody watching kind of like the show out in them beautiful jerseys, which I hate to say is a cult, but they look sharp and they played sharp. Are they the team to beat in the AFC right now, Nick? I think so. Yeah. They are beating. You can always make the criticism of the teams that they play that they aren't all that good. But then you look around the AFC, and there aren't any teams that are like juggernaut dominant, that they should be afraid of, and they are not squeaking by these games. Like we've seen good teams struggle and lose to some bad teams. The Patriots aren't doing that. They are pounding these teams that they are much better. Am I remembering right? You were at the game in Buffalo, right? Did you have that? Okay. They don't send me to Buffalo till December. That's right. You're going this week for Cincinnati. But that said, the Patriots did beat them, right? And that was before we started questioning the Bills. And the Bills are still going to be heard from before it's all said and done. But in that game on the road, and there were obviously a lot of consequence to winning that game, the team that's owned the division, the Patriots, are for real. They show up prepared to play like they were obviously ready for the Buffalo game, which is a different level of ready for a home game against the 2-10 Giants. But no matter what, like that, you're going to get their best game, and that's a reflection of the head coach of Mike Frabel. That's what he has installed there. I mean, Patriots 11-2, Giants 2-11, and it didn't feel that close. Like there were parts of the game where it didn't feel like those two teams were playing the same sport. That's what the Patriots have to do against this schedule. It'll only build confidence. They'll get to the playoffs feeling like, hey, somebody's got to come in our building and beat us. That's going to be tough for them. Yeah, there's nothing not to like right now. They have the quarterback, they have the coach, they have the best record playing great. How crazy would to watch that game last night.